As soon as the opponent has a bind to our halberd, we move with our axe blade over his pole. We turn the axe blade over his axe blade and hook into it. Then we strongly pull in the downwards movement towards us. That should weaken the opponent so much that we can step directly to the face. It can of course happen that our thrust is parried. In this case we change through just in time, step onto the opposite side and thrust again. In the second play we set a small trap for our opponent. We switch through after the initial bind. However, we try to appear relaxed and careless. If your opponent then tries to attack us with a thrust, we have achieved our goal because this was just a preparation for a pulling from the other side. This is followed by our counter thrust. A straight thrust from the middle guard can easily be countered with a thrust from the upper guard. With this knowledge we start the third play. At the moment when our opponent does the counter-attack, we pull his halberd out of the upper guard to us and thrust at him. The timing plays an important role here. We should start pulling while the opponent is rising into the upper guard. In this small example you can clearly see how the stability of the halberd decreases in the upper guard. The opponent is particularly at risk in the intermediate position from the middle to the upper guard. And again a thrust from the middle guard is countered by a thrust from the upper guard. But this time, instead of pulling the opponent's halberd towards us at the right moment, we step closer and push the weapon down. Then we move the axe blade over the opponent's shoulder and pull him towards us at the neck. And another pulling on the body. We fake a thrust on our left, including a sidestep. As soon as our opponent tries to parry this thrust, we step back to the other side, chain through and pull on the front leg. This only works if our opponent reacts and we were able to initially build up a real threat. In the last play, we give our opponent the chance to attack by exposing ourselves. My attitude here is just an example, just try to look somewhat harmless. It's not always easy, I know. But as soon as there is a thrust against us, we can powerfully pull it towards us. And with a bit of luck, we will even disarm our counterpart. Okay, that was the third part of various technical examples, taken from the book of Joachim Meyers from 1570. In this video we had the topic of pulling or reißen, as it's called in German. This time the focus was particularly on timing and feeling. Keep in mind, such techniques can only succeed if you have developed the right feel for the weapon and for the enemy. Make sure you don't focus too much on yourself in your fencing. Observe the enemy and react accordingly. Okay, that's it for now. See you soon and stay healthy.